if you are a people manager, if you are a technical person, start writing content saying that if I were to be a manager, I will share the success with my team. I'm hypothetically telling a situation wherein you did something great in your job. Your expectation is that your manager will come and recognize you. And this is now being converted into a post.
Give some great tips today on LinkedIn. And I just want to tell you that you could keep it so simple and so straightforward that even if people are coming to us or not coming to us, they should have only one mission, is that they should post every day.
Posting will become a child's play to them now.
Wonderful.
So it is said that the teacher appears when the student is ready, and also if a student takes one step, the teacher is ready to take 3 steps. It always happens, and it has been happening since ages, and we all know that. With that, I feel gratitude. I show my gratitude to you and the opportunities that you are giving to me. Coming to the core and taking a leaf in the 3-day event, one word that you have told: storytelling. I want to anchor and I want to stitch all the ideas, bring everything around storytelling, for the simple reason that it was already discussed in a decent measure already by you on the second day, if I believe, yesterday. So mark these words. There will be pains in our life that we are bound to go through, but those are fears that we are supposed to forget. And there will be some things in our life, some fear, some aspect of an event which changes the course of our life, that we are supposed to remember, because that changed the course of our life. Now here starts what is very, very important. Those pains, those fears should and must be the starting point of your content writing. I'm people, if you are catching me, if we are on the page, I am already in the flow, and I am coming to the first point, making content writing very, very simple. First question that you need to ask yourself: take a sheet of paper and ask this first question: what are those events in my life that changed the course of my thought process? That small struggle, a very minor struggle that you had when you were in your high school with your friend, for no reason, that on your way back to home you felt, why did I fight with him? He was supposed to be, and he is at that point of time, my best friend. Then you thought, I should never, ever again fight with my friend. Write on a sheet of paper your fears. 3, 4, whichever comes, honestly. We are trying to prepare raw material for our content. I have seen many people saying that, yes, fears. Then next comes, what are those happy moments in your life that you want to cherish? And it's not just you cherished, but out of those happy moments, you learned something very important about you. You did that project very, very well. Your manager came to you and appreciated. Something unique happened in your life that time, and you were appreciated. What was that unique thing that you can put as a post for your future employment or your future employers? Because that was not a moment that your manager took it lightly. He came and he appreciated you. You were awarded by your colleague by extending that help, and it made you happy. The things that made you proud about yourself. What I am saying is, you should do honest bragging without arrogance, as Iram was also saying, that you should never show your arrogance, but you can say that I have earned the right to speak about it because I did the work. We covered fear and we covered our success. And I also told about events that changed the course of your life. For a lady, for a woman, today being Mother's Day, a lady giving birth to a child, or getting married itself, leaving her house, the home that she stayed for all these years, and traveling far off distance or entering into somebody's home, is a big change. Changing cities and even from one home to another home itself is a thing that we take a lot of time to get adjusted. We say that I'm adjusting. Imagine that lady moving from the home that she thought it should be hers, now moving. It changes course of her life, her thought process. Now with these things, what is that you are going to do? This is a famous thing that, this is a repetitive thing that I have told many number of times, and I am repeating again. You cannot be, okay, I got a message to congratulations Ganesh Babu Mohan for paying the amount. Congratulations and celebrations.
Welcome you on board, Ganesh Babu. Look forward.
Yeah, welcome you on board. Where are we? We are done with fears. the happy moments and those times or those incidents which changed how these facts are related to job search. Rupa Devi looks like she's in the race, but she's in a hurdle race. We are in a marathon. We will also do sprinting, but no hurdles here. कूदेंगे, एक एक देख के कूदेंगे. I am coming to that. Once you have the core raw material, you will add lot of ingredients. मैं आपको ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, and I'm not telling you to cook rice and eat only rice. Make that delicious बैंगन भरता also and eat with it. Or if you prefer and you are from northern part of Bharat, substitute rice with your chapati. We are done with our fears. We are done with our life-changing moments, the direction of or the course of our thinking, and also the happy moments. And the last one, type in the chat box whom do you love. जिनका शादी नहीं हुआ है, you can write your girlfriend's name or boyfriend's name. Myself, mom and dad. Okay, kids, family, kids, wife, entire universe. अच्छा, हमारे CGM में साधु महाराजा और साधु संत भी आ रहा है. Loving Almighty, family, my cat, husband, kid. Okay, this is another raw material. 4 things, right? Now we will cook very delicious dish every day for our guest. 5th point is our guest. Remember these 5 points. Your fears and then your life-changing moments, whom do you love, and those things which made you proud. And the 5th one in this whole scenario is for whom are you doing? If you are an aspirant trying to get 2x salary, which many of us are, think about your audience. For whom are you writing this content, or for whom you should be writing the content? With these 4 raw materials, we are going to cook the delicious item for our guest, recruiter, your future company, startup, whoever it is. Why are these 4 important? Because we are not robots. If had we been robots, the client organization would require only a program. Yes or no? If you were to be robot, I would just dump a program in you and I expect you to work in that similar fashion unless and until my program is not bug free. But we are not like that. So when you put the content and when you have even the technical stuff, 5 things you want me to repeat, Tanuja? Is that the one that you are saying 5 things? Yes. Okay. Your fears, make a list of them. Make a list of things that made you proud at some point of time, and your things that change the course of your life, and the things in your life you love and you care for. 4 things clear so far. And why are we doing and collecting this raw material to cook the item or the dish? For the 5th person, our guest, which is your target audience, the companies, recruiter, whoever it is. Need not be. If content goes really straight through like that arrow that Arjuna shot looking at the bird's eye, it will directly hit a manager who is looking for somebody like you. Clear so far? Type yes in the chat box if you are done understanding these 5 things. Abhi no aaya to I'm not going to accept this. You have to say yes. Thank you. Now, what are these 4 points? These are your unwritten diaries. I call them as unwritten diaries. People who are having a habit of writing diary, maybe some points are already covered. But for many of us, these are all called what I called unwritten diaries. From these 4 things, your story now comes into life. For every story, we need a villain. Bahubali ka kya maza aayega if Kattappa is not there, or any other villain. The more stronger the villain, the more stronger the hero. From these 4 ingredients, you need to figure out what are the crises or the situations at that point of time in your life you felt that you had this fear. Because fear is not something which just comes out of you. It stays inside you. Maybe yesterday, I think you had even fear session. So I don't have to talk so much about it, the bonus session. In that kind of crisis moment, what is that you have done? What was the fear that came out? Or in that crisis moment, what did you do that you came out as somebody who is victorious? In that crisis moment, what did you think so deeply that it changed the course of your mindset? In that crisis moment, about whom did you think? Imagine for a moment you are driving your 4-wheeler. For all the people who are married, when the needle touches 95, automatically the leg goes to the brake. We slow down. Once in a while on a highway, I know we can go until 120. But then when you are in a very fast moving vehicle and you think of your family members, you slow down. Isn't it so? Type us in the chat box if this analogy resonates with you. That yes, even though I very fast, slow down. Okay. Now here is a little bit of kavita. Okay. In this conflict movement, right? I told about conflict movement, which is now going to become your content. That shlok that you write itself is your content. How, what is the question now? Yes or no? Ajay Vamsi, you told, man, okay, four things, conflict, this thing, that thing, and you told I have to create content. You also told to whom the content has to be created. I have now the raw material. I know for whom I have to cook the food. Now tell me, how should I cook? Give me that recipe, set of instructions. Are you ready? Type yes in the chat box if you are ready to grab the most important thing. Remember, I told, and you know your target audience, you know your expertise. You have gone through the first day exercise of finding the differentiator. Now, try to see or try to picturize the target audience. In your life, if you are working, you think about, and if I'm not wrong, if I'm correct, Sudha madam would have already mentioned that think 2 levels above. Yes or no? Now, what would be that person thinking or needing as part of somebody under him? The activities for you, maybe you are thinking about 2 levels above. Content writing, I would say, just think 1 level above. But see from the perspective of that person thinking above your manager and expecting what your manager has to do or your senior developer, whoever it is, a 1 level above, where if you make a transition, you will get 2x salary. Is that what you want? Yes. And I'm saying you should start writing that kind of, yeah, Shanmukh Sundaram, what I was trying to say is you need to think about not 2 levels, but from the perspective of this 2 level, second level above you, what you think your manager or your senior should be actually doing. You would have felt that this is a project that I have done so well. This is some delivery that I have done so well. The least thing I expected was that my manager will come and say that, Pujita, you have done a good job. You have done a good job. Or Prasad, you have done a good job. We have that sense of being recognized. We feel happy. Yes or no? Now, these kind of things, that kind of incident, if you are a people manager, if you are a technical person, start writing content saying that if I were to be a manager, I will share the success with my team. I'm hypothetically telling a situation wherein you did something great in your job. Your expectation is that your manager will come and recognize you. And this is now being converted into a post. I am taking the material, raw material from a conflict situation, from a crisis where there was some complex problem. I solved it. The villain is the problem and I am the hero. I solved it. And now I'm looking for recognition, which obviously has to come from your manager. Raw material, am I not taking from the raw material? Am I not talking about the conflict that I mentioned earlier? Ingredients are there, raw material is there. Now you can write content saying that if I were to be a good manager, or if I were to be a great technical leader or great team lead, I would be doing things to my team that I would go and appreciate, that I will send a mail to my client that who actually contributed for this project. Then you bring a little bit of the technical content you have written. Because if you write the plain description of what is the problem, how you have solved and all those things, giving a context without telling the story behind the conflict or what actually the conflict is, and you start writing the technical content, that is also a post. But that will be a post as somebody is saying would be a chat GPT created post. We don't want chat created posts. People want to see you in your content. How are you? Who are you? Where are you? What is actually you? It should come out from your story. Tell me one story wherein you saw the rags to riches or somebody who has done something for society. Any story where the story is not describing the life of a person. That can never be. We cannot even imagine a story existing without a hero or a heroine. Yes, storytelling mixed by our own experience, our own flavor, integrated with our core skills or competence. Yes, I am saying exactly that. That unique flavor will come. But I'm trying to set a context, and I'm helping you in terms of understanding how to accumulate the raw material to create the post. many people, including me, suffered from this perennial problem of, okay, I know, I understand you are telling me to write content, but how can I write content? Where should I get content from? That's the biggest problem. We all know that if I have to buy onions, I will go to vegetable store. That I want to buy some medicines, that I go to medical store. But where will I go if I have to write content? That's where I told, on back and craft and think about your unwritten diaries, those conflicting movements and everything. These the 4 items I told are for that. And the 5th item is very important, because I'm not saying don't write a story because you are writing a novel, that it is now going to get Booker Prize or Pulitzer Prize. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking those small snippets of your life that you can very concisely put it as a post, where people see you beyond your technical skills, but still, to prove your technical skills or your area of expertise, which you all know, already called as differentiator, put the technical content or differentiator and wrap it around this beautiful package. Sarath Babu paid full. So I have to declare, Vishalji, congratulations, celebrations, and welcome to the group, the family of CGM.
Look forward to your journey, Sarath Babu.
How many of you are now clear and you are feeling that, okay, now some things are not so hazy to me now. Things are making little bit sense to me as to what I have to do on LinkedIn. Type yes in the chat box. I was earlier thinking that content is something that I have to create. It's like the diamond that I have to unearth from somewhere. Trust me, people, you are sitting on a gold mine. You just have to factor in those unwritten diaries from your life, add a little bit of emotion, because that itself is an emotional moment for sure. Otherwise, how on earth will you remember? You remembered the conflict that you had with your best friend. But do you remember what was the item that you had in your school that day for lunch? Highly impossible, right? You will ask, if I say, what was the item that you have taken for lunch that day? You will say, Vamsi, are you crazy? But I remember that friend's face. I even remember that friend's name. That teacher I know who used to make me sleep in the class. And I also remember the teacher who used to keep me edge of my seat and listen with rapt attention. Yes, I will end up with the example for sure. But I want to set the context, Sweta. If you are clear with this, and now you understand that the content will now automatically flow because you are narrating something happened in your life. The missing link is only this, which I will show in the example also. But I would like to tell you explicitly now. 4 items and the 5th item, your differential is sorted out. You spoke it, you wrote about it in your content. You explained it well. You did not explain it as a research paper or some technical document, requirements document or something, but you narrated it as part of a story. Now, here where even ChatGPT also can't help you. You have to do all by yourself, which is how do you relate that story now to your differentiator? You brought the elements of differentiator, but how do you really relate it to differentiator? This, I strongly believe, you will understand if I show it using an example. Clear? If you are clear with these 5 points, you understood the framework, the 5 points that I mentioned, the framework, conflict and everything, type yes in the chat box. Because once I show the content, it will be enumeration of all these things only. If I write about conflict, Prakash, I gave it as an example. I gave it as an example to make you understand that there are incidents in your life that you still remember. Those crisis moments you still remember. Now to impress employer, you have to bring some story in your life, maybe from your struggle when you are searching for a job or trying to move to the current job, that project, maybe a conflict with your co-worker. It could be anything, need not be always a friend. I mean, I'm saying, write anything that you want to discuss. Chai pe chercha. That would do. Clear? It's simple. You take these 5 points to write your... No, you don't have to take all the... Yeah, you take the 5 points, but you take one of the 4 raw material and you will shine it. That's why I'm telling you are standing on acres and acres of diamonds. All these stories are your diamonds. This is a story from my life. I had a conversation, but the pain point can be someone's. And for that matter, we all have this pain point of getting stressed out because of our work. Doesn't matter whether it is early career or mid career or anywhere. Even a homemaker gets stressed out because of the activities that he or she has to manage. Now I told during the call, he asked me, why should I do, sir? He told, why should I do all this, sir? He was on the verge of putting his resignation, to put his resignation. But I know it's not a clever thing to do. So I wanted to help him genuinely. And I asked him that, boss, I cannot give you the solution. And I thought even I should not give the solution. I should not endorse saying that, yeah, you are suffering so much. It's high time that you quit the job. I provided him a solution that came out of our conversation. And I give something called as value. Now I would like to pause here and tell you how you wrap up the whole content around your core differentiator. Now, when I am wearing the hat of a mentor, when somebody comes to me for seeking some help, am I not mentor at that point of time? If I wear that hat, I should give a solution, or I should write something which resonates with my capability of advising somebody, suggesting somebody, which will bring them out of some problem. So I gave a solution. Clear so far? This is where I am trying to containerize my technical capability or my capability at that point of time, wearing the hat of a mentor. Now, if you are a developer, if you are a tester, if you are a manager, if you are an HR, I do not know your expertise. Write that value or that expertise here, which is what people want to look at you and say that, yeah, this is the kind of tester I want. Clear? And finally, I said, sometimes it is not worth to go through challenges, put a fight, but also understand that some battles are not worthy enough to be fought. Learn to quit and let the distress die its natural death. Just an extension of the value, but in a very generalized way for everyone. The last statement is called call to action. Are you in early career and facing something similar? I have put it in a question form, but you can say, like every YouTube video that you see, they will say, please like, subscribe to my channel. The YouTube content creator or the video creator is asking you when you are about to leave or when the video concludes, not to go away just like that. It's like you go to somebody's house as a guest. When you are coming out of their house, will you not say, for courtesy's sake, that next time when you come to that place or something, or next time please make time to visit my house? It's a call to action. It's a courtesy. And I'm giving a call to action saying that, people, you have come here so far, but this is the call to action, so that they now start engaging. This is a simple structure of the content also, of how to write a post. You got the raw material to create a content. You understood how your core value that resonates your target audience. Always remember, you are going to please, in the exact sense that you are not writing for everyone, because as they say, marketing to everyone is marketing to no one. You always have to think, who is that recruiter searching for me? And now comes the biggest thing for the LinkedIn algorithm, which was also discussed, hashtags. Hashtags were also hashtags were discussed, right? Because I am talking about early career people, I have early career and early careers. Career, developer. LinkedIn only will suggest some hashtags. For people who used LinkedIn, they would have already experienced this, that once you write the content, it will automatically suggest some hashtags. But you put the hashtags which are relevant to your expertise. For example, if you are doing product development or some design, Scrum Master or something, hashtag Scrum. Because your content is bringing those terms, and never ever put hashtag just because you want to put a hashtag. When that thing was not at all discussed in the content, don't put that hashtag because it's a contamination.
Just one question. How about tagging the target companies?
Tagging the company is also proper, but not using the hashtag, because this is also something that I have seen, Vishal. Now, company hashtags are very sacred for the company, because when they release their annual report or quarterly report, or they want to talk about their product release, then they say hashtag, company name. Now, and their PR group or other people would be, marketing group would be monitoring those hashtags. For example, if I have a bad experience with Swiggy, then I will definitely write something on LinkedIn saying that the service is not up to the standards. I expected this, that, and I will say hashtag Swiggy. Now, for my content, I definitely don't have some audience there. But yes, to address your question as to how company or at a scale I can take advantages, I can go to the company using hashtag. I can go to the company website or the web page, the page in the LinkedIn. I can see who are all working there. I can make a search. In the search, I go that product engineer. Then I will also say which company. All those things I can do. And I will get some names. I will engage with those people. And I remember you also told link method today. So using the link method, approach people who are in those companies, get them into your network, tag them in these posts. That's the safest way and the sure short way. Even if company is not listening, at the end of the day, company is collection of people. And when you are targeting the correct people, that person will come. You are in his or her network. And then using the link method, after some days, you are anyways pitching yourself, saying that I am looking for some change. In the meantime, you are creating creating some content which is going to showcase your credibility. Any doubts? And also, I would like to understand, is it in agreement with what was told earlier? The 4 questions that you need to ask yourself, where you will get the raw material for content, remembering the 5th point, which is your target audience, and the structure of the post. Clear? Let me now go and show you one more thing, which is because of this kind of billing, this kind of action. I will show you the recent conversation I had. Yes, I remember I have shown you again, but I was just following. And if you see, my profile does not have open to work and all those things. I stopped looking for jobs. But still, you see, because I was continuously creating content. And in the last 2 weeks, not last 2 weeks, last week, I have created a lot of technical content. Pure technical content for people to consume. So this person saw me. I have LinkedIn Premium. So LinkedIn gave me an indication that this person is coming and watching your profile and going away, coming and watching your profile. And on Friday, he has sent the mail. The reason why he was coming and watching my profile is to know more about me, understand me. And then he gave the thing. I just asked him, just can you share me the job details? And by the way, this person is the second person. For the same company, Enphase Energy, I already got a call. I mean, that lady actually called me. She saw my profile on LinkedIn. My number was available there and she called me. This person did a DM. What did I do? Nothing special. I was talking about my content, and I will show you one technical content. It may not make much sense for people who don't understand it, but I'm saying, or I'm showing it just to reinforce the fact that I have put just pure technical content, nothing more than that. See, this is pure technical content. On this day, he came 6 days back. This person came, visited my profile and went. So he understood that, oh, this person is good with C language, embedded systems. That's my core area. After 6 days, watching my other posts and all those things, he liked few of my posts and he gave a DM to me. Does this make sense to you? Type yes in the chat box if it makes sense. I really want to understand if you are clear with it. Type yes in the chat box. The 5-step principle, how targeting the audience, all those things will work out. If you are clear, type yes in the chat box. Any questions, also type in the chat box. Okay, is my screen not visible? Okay, I got it. Okay, chat was disabled. Simple. Unwritten diaries. Remember this keyword, unwritten diaries, conflicts, The 4 items I told are from your unwritten diaries. There are fears that we don't want to write, we don't want to discuss. And I'm not saying you put on display your weakness. I'm not at all saying that. I'm not even endorsing that. I'm only saying out of that fear, what is that you learned? Convert it into a post. But convert into a post for your target audience. Don't write for me or for your family member or somebody. When we blindfold from sites, it can only see the straight road. Once you told me, get onto LinkedIn and start posting. That's where I told, start shooting and then aim. So my differentiator and all those things came later. But first I started, I would say, start reposting. You already are following some channel about your expertise. You like a post and you see it on Chrome, you share it on LinkedIn and write your opinion on that. Start like that. It's not your content, it's somebody's content. You like it, you repost it. As I said earlier, as I said in my yesterday's thing also, like be on the ground. Training starts there.
Easy step, baby step. Based on differentiator refinement, shall we change our content?
Yes, you have to. Don't go with so much jewelry outside. Your mother-in-law will think, oh, this lady is squeezing away all the salary from my son.
Right. To understand that why we are doing what we are doing, you need to understand that. That's really important for you guys. Because simply, we want to prepare you for 2 to 3 levels up. Yeah, you remember? We discussed this. If you like this video and you want to share it with your friends, do not forget to comment, like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because we believe in adding value, and that's what we have done in this video. Similarly, we're gonna come up with many such stuff, many such videos which will help you come out of your overlooked career to going to a well-paid career. Yes, looking forward. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment on the video.